Thank you, God. Thank you so, so much. Donald Trump absolutely destroys the witch that is Hillary Clinton last night. He makes her look like a friggin' baby. Do you see how he was just standing there at his podium, by the way? And he's just standing there in a very condescending, I know you're a witch way. I know you're a criminal. And that if I'm president of the United States, I'm going to hire a special prosecutor to go after you, and you'll be in jail. It was just a bombshell last night. And thank you to all of you that tuned in. Of course, you're watching AMTV, Alternative Media Television. I'm Christopher Green. By the way, our debate coverage last night went viral. Over 100,000 plus views in less than 12 hours. That's pretty darn incredible. Got a lot of new viewers, so welcome. New subscribers. People were like, who the hell is this douchebag in the right-hand corner? Well, it's me, Christopher Green, AMTV, Alternative Media Television, hard-hitting it in your face. And Donald Trump absolutely destroys Hillary Clinton last night. And it was fantastic. Hillary crumbled under the pressure. There was one moment where she's like, oh, we're going to have to fact check. It's called fact check Donald Trump. Trump's like, what do you mean fact check me? You're a witch. You blew up, whitewashed, and bleached over 30,000 plus emails. Even after the government and the FBI was looking into these issues. Because you're a witch, and you're a criminal, and everybody knows it. And over half of America, all the deplorables know it. If you're tuning in live right now, thank you so much. Share the video link. Like it. Favorite it. Click the link below. Subscribe. Start your free 14-day trial. $4.95 a month. Price of a cup of coffee. $49.95 a year. Help us build something entirely different from establishment media propaganda. We saw him out in full force yesterday, folks. Anderson Cooper with his opening question. Donald, tell us about what you said in private about a woman's P word. We were on that topic for close to 30 darn minutes. And then that other lady no one cares about, I'm not even going to mention her name because she's so inconsequential. She's like interjecting like, it could be psychological warfare or something in Syria, Trump. These people are just so inconsequential. That's why Americans don't trust the mainstream media. That's why 95% of Americans aren't tuning in. They're tuning in to the alternative view, alternative media television. Again, it's one of the reasons I knew that Donald Trump will be successful in the GOP field for the same reason AMTV is successful, because you've demanded it. People don't trust the mainstream media. They don't trust their government. They don't trust Hillary Clinton. They certainly don't trust Bill, a sexual rapist predator. So it was amazing last night. The gloves came off and Donald Trump came out swinging. And he was strong. He shocked the mainstream media and Hillary Clinton's campaign with his media stunt right prior to the debate that even had me nervous. I'm like, Trump, I hope you know what you're doing, man. I hope you know what you're doing. He has the four ladies sitting there. Kathleen Willey, Juanita Broaddrick, who just recently also did an interview, a recent one on Breitbart, where she relives the livid, violent details of her alleged rape. Bill just ripping open her blouse and throwing her violently on the bed and then inserting his dick right into her vagina against her will. Yeah, how does that make you feel, you PCers out there? You think that was PC, him violently inserting his dick into Juanita Broaddrick against her will? Rape? Did you see his eyes? Did you see his eyes last night? They just kind of went to the sides like, oh my God, these women are here. I raped these women and they're actually sitting right next to me. Donald Trump wanted to put him in his family's box, but the debate moderators didn't want to allow it. Surprisingly effective and a wonderful tactic of just presenting truth to the American public, all those millennials out there that don't even know that Bill Clinton allegedly raped these women, like Juanita Broaddrick. I want to go to that Facebook video now. It's just unprecedented. Take a look. Paula Jones is there. I mean, Paula Jones even goes after one of the reporters. The reporters entering the room think that they're going for like a pre-press conference for the debate. Surprise! Here are all the rape victims for the world to see. Let's go to that clip now.
Thank you for having me.
You ready? You ready?
Mr. Trump, does your star power allow you to touch women without their consent?
So, thank you very much for coming, and these four very courageous women have asked to be here, and it was our honor to help them. And I think they're each gonna make just an individual short statement, and then we're gonna have a little meeting, and we'll see you at the debate. Perhaps we'll start with Paula.
Well, I'm here to support Mr. Trump because he's going to make America great again. And I think everybody else should vote for him. And I think they should all look at the fact that he's a good person. He's not what other people have been saying he's been, like Hillary. So think about that.
Okay. Kathy Shelton.
So I'm also here to support Trump. At 12 years old, Hillary put me through something that you would never put a 12-year-old through. And she says she's for women and children. And she was asked last year on what happened, and she says she's supposed to defend whether they did it or not. Now she's laughing on tape, saying she knows they did it.
You went through a lot.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Juanita Broderick, and I'm here to support Donald Trump. I tweeted recently, and Mr. Trump retweeted it, that actions speak louder than words. Mr. Trump may have said some bad words, but Bill Clinton raped me, and Hillary Clinton threatened me. I don't think there's any comparison.
I'm Kathleen Willey, and I am here to support Donald Trump. The reason for that is the first day that he announced for president, he said, "I love this country and I want America to be great again." And I cried when he said that, because I think that this is the greatest country in the world. I think that we can do anything. I think we can accomplish anything. I think that we can bring peace to this world, and I think Donald Trump can lead us to that point.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, thank you all very much. We appreciate it.
Mr. Trump, you touched a woman without their consent. Mr. Trump,
Why did you say you touched women without consent, Mr. Trump?
Why don't y'all ask Bill Clinton that? Why don't y'all go ask Bill Clinton that? Go ahead and ask Hillary as well.
So Donald Trump just absolutely destroys Hillary Clinton with this shock value, this media presentation right prior to the event that must have, honest to God, sent Hillary Clinton's operatives and her campaign into a tailspin. In fact, one of the people that worked for her actually told via Twitter Donald Trump to go F himself. That's how shocking all of this was. And it was so unbelievably well played, sir. Again, makes Hillary Clinton and her crime syndicate family just look so vile. Because you see, most Americans and most millennials have no idea who these rape victims are, who people like Kathleen Willey are, who people like Juanita Broderick are, who just described the vicious rape during a Breitbart interview just a couple days ago, have no idea who Paula Jones is, has no idea who Kathy Shelton is, the girl who was raped that Hillary Clinton defended. I want you to think about that for a moment. I'm going to get into specifically that story, something Hillary Clinton laughed about. Hillary Clinton, this is a fact, defended a known rapist. She defended literally a rapist, just like she defends her husband, Bill. How she's interrogated, intimidated, pressured, discredited these women and their voice, their precious voice, as Bill Clinton allegedly violated them. Absolutely sickening. And you see, Donald Trump is smart because he's putting a face to the name. So every American, boy, girl, man, woman, transgender, binary, whatever you are nowadays in today's PC culture, you know, it's kind of crazy now what Facebook has like 40 genders or something like that because there's so many of them now. But so the whole world could see the faces, the tears of people like Juanita Broaddrick. And this lady calls herself a feminist. You know, there's a reason why a fly decided to land on her face, because flies are attracted to shit. And that's what Hillary Clinton is, a steaming pile of shit. And so is her husband. Tweeted out a lovely picture of her. You notice the same thing always seems to happen with not just Hillary, but also Obama. It's almost like God's letting us know that these people are Satan. You know, bzz, bzz, bzz. Shocking, shocking display of truth, and so effective. That Facebook video has since got viral. And again, probably the most interesting character to me who's directly correlated and linked with Hillary Clinton is Kathy Shelton, who was violently raped as a young girl on a farm by a very disgusting, vile man whom Hillary Clinton defended. Because that's the type of woman, if you're a millennial tuning in, Hillary Clinton is. She defends known rapists. Trump punked the press, folks. He absolutely punked them. And it was just so amazing and so gratifying to watch. It was exciting. You know, it was like a NASA spaceship liftoff yesterday. And Donald Trump didn't let us down. He went after Hillary on the emails, on the Clinton Foundation. He told her things like, hey, why don't you put your money where your mouth is and invest $25 or $30 million of the $250 million you and Bill have earned through the Clinton Foundation pay-to-play scam that you're running. Why don't you put your money where your mouth is and use your own money to run and air your own commercials and not George Soros's money or Warren Buffett's money? All these same guys, by the way, that take the tax deduction that Hillary Clinton was trying to point out, the same people that finance your entire crooked campaign take the same tax deduction and there's nothing illegal about it. And you keep that loophole, and you did as a senator, and you know your 30-year track record as a politician, because it benefits you, because you need big Wall Street moneyed interests to support you, Hillary. Shocking, shocking display of truth. Yesterday, Donald's great escape. Trump keeps his campaign alive. I don't know if he kept it alive. I think he's dominating. With barnstorming comeback after confronting Hillary with 4 of Clinton's sex victims, and she fails to nail him over sleazy tape scandal. See, Donald Trump did such an amazing job last night. Even the crooked Clinton News Network, CNN, couldn't even spin it like Hillary won. Did you notice that? The front page after the debate was just scorched earth. I mean, seriously, they couldn't even spin it. It was just scorched earth. The most vitriolic, hateful, divided debate Americans have ever seen. Important to note here, it's Hillary Clinton that is the divider. You know, when she made that comment, she was like, I always think about Michelle Obama when she says, when they go low, we go high. You do realize it's Hillary Clinton, folks, that dug up the dirt on Donald Trump when he made a comment in private on an Access Hollywood bus when he did not know he was being recorded, and said some lewd locker room comments about a woman that he apologized for, and I don't condone, but he's apologized for. You realize it's her campaign that dug it up. So as she's saying, she's two-faced. She's like, we go high when they go low. No, you don't. You're the one that went low. You're the one that dug it up. You're the one that pressured Anderson Pooper to ask the question. She doesn't go high, she goes low. Again, I talked about it yesterday. Several videos. I said, Hillary Clinton is scum. She's the scum beneath my shoe. She's that ring around the toilet, you know, that kind of develops when you forget to flush it and you don't use enough bleach. That's Hillary Clinton. Oh yeah, she's two-faced. She goes high when they go low, but she's the one that dug up the dirt and made it the topic of discussion last night. But Donald Trump's so smart, he's so convincing. And he shines so much light on the truth that he just overwhelmed her last night. And everything worked against her. Donald Trump won. He absolutely destroys Hillary Clinton. And it was amazing to see. And again, the display of the four women, this media shock value that we got via a Facebook video on Donald Trump's page right before was just absolutely well played, sir. I'd like to welcome all of you. If you're just tuning in live, please share the link. Get it out everywhere. Also, please support our sponsors. I'd like you to take a moment because not only do you make this broadcast possible, you're subscribing on demand, supporting us, $4.95 a month, etc. And thank you so much for those of you that do, but also our sponsors. They make what we do possible. Click the link below right now. Visit Swiss America. Download their free 12-page executive summary on money, morality, and the machine. Learn about the direction of where this country is headed, where the money system is headed, this falsehood that makes up the Federal Reserve today, this criminal banking cartel. Believe me, folks, you're going to thank me for this information, and it's free. That's all you have to do. And I'm asking you right now, click the link below, visit our sponsor, Swiss America. If you haven't already, consider precious metals investing for your portfolio. It should be a part of your diversification. It is a part of mine. Gold, silver, these types of things. Download a free report right now. Educate yourself. Let's go to a quick commercial break, and then we will be right back and a ton more I'm going to be getting into, folks. This is an amazing show today. Get our new 12-page executive summary from our partner, Swiss America, today. Click the link below. Again, get a free report on money, morality, and the machine. Has the American empire gone the way of Rome? All this easy, funny money, credit, quantitative easing into infinity, 0% interest rates. Is there any morality to the money system today? Again, click the link below right now from our partner Swiss America. Download Money, Morality, and the Machine, 12-page executive summary on Smith's Law in an Unethical, Overgoverned Age by Craig R. Smith. Click the link below right now or give them a call at 1-800-289-2646. That's 1-800-289-2646. Act now. Again, folks, thank you so much for your tremendous support. Please support our sponsor. Click that link below right now. It's free. It helps us grow our platform. It supports our platform along with you. Let's dig into Kathy Shelton, who the fourth woman was that we saw in this Facebook video that for the first time was introduced to many, many Americans that had never heard that name before. Kathy Shelton. Share that name. Kathy Shelton, the 12-year-old rape victim that Trump put on display and shed so much truth yesterday. Somebody that Hillary Clinton, through representing a known rapist, in my opinion, violated. And in my opinion, also raped. The leftist radical media is going to try to portray what Trump did as somehow a bad thing, that he would show these victims, when it's just absolute hardcore truth. And you know, the reality is most Americans just can't stomach it. The reality. There was an article that I pulled here. This was from thinkprogress.org. And, you know, they're trying to spin it the other way. I'd like to read a couple comments here. They say Kathy Shelton's story has been warped. No, it hasn't. And co-opted. No, it hasn't. It's a true story. By the anti-Clinton machine. Hours before the second presidential debate, Donald Trump invited four women onto stage with him to launch the latest sexist attack on Hillary Clinton by targeting her husband's past indiscretions. Well, a little more than indiscretions. We're talking rape. Now, Kathy Shelton isn't linked to Bill. Let's just make that clear. Hillary Clinton defended the known rapist that raped Kathy Shelton years and years ago, something that Hillary laughed about. And I'm going to play that footage for you today. when she's cackling like a whore after defending this known rapist that ruined, to a large extent, Kathy Shelton's life. The campaign ploy was characterized by many as an event with Bill Clinton's accusers, but only 3 of the women had any connection to Bill Clinton's previous sexual improprieties. The 4th woman, Kathy Shelton, is the only one with direct connection to the woman who is running for president. And then it goes on, and they just try to paint like Trump in a bad light. So who is Kathy? Who is Kathy Shelton? Well, she was a child rape victim who just came forward for the first time. Gonna make me cry almost here. For the first time in 40 years, to call Hillary Clinton a liar who defended her rapist by smearing her, blocking evidence, and callously laughing that she knew he was guilty. 40 years she comes out of the woodwork to make that statement. Imagine how hard it must be for her to do that, put herself on display like that. It only tells you how violated and hurt and the damage that Hillary Clinton did to her. That it would bring a woman out of the woodwork after 40 years to make herself known. Because she wants millennials out there to know the truth about who Hillary Clinton is and what her character and lack of integrity and morality is all about. Hillary Clinton is not for women and children, says Kathy, who's now 54 years old, who was 12 years old when she was raped by Thomas Alfred Taylor, whom Hillary defended. In Arkansas, Clinton again was the rapist defense lawyer, pleading him down to unlawful fondling of a minor. The 41-year-old drifter served less than a year in prison, thanks to Hillary. The plea came after Clinton was able to block the admission of forensic evidence that linked her client to the crime. Shelton says she's furious that Clinton has been portraying herself as a lifelong advocate of women and girls on the campaign trail. Clinton accused Shelton of seeking out older men in the case and demanded that she undergo a grueling court-ordered psychiatric examination. Hillary Clinton, your presidential candidate, later laughed while discussing aspects of the case in a recently unearthed audio-taped interview from the 1980s. And you look at some of these pictures, and Hillary looks like such a dweeb, too. In some of these pictures, years and years ago, she defends this known rapist. I want to play because the audio speaks louder than anything I could possibly say, because again, it's just the evidence. You know, we had new people come to the show last night. They're like, who's this conspiracy theorist? None of this is conspiracy, folks. It's just hardcore fact and truth. But the reality is most Americans can't stomach it. So instead of just listening to me, let's take a moment and listen to the witch that is Hillary Clinton on this recorded audio tape over the next 2 minutes or so, where she laughs about defending this known rapist and said after he took a polygraph test and passed, she no longer believes in polygraph tests because she knew he was guilty while she was representing him. Go to that clip.
You're saying a while ago you've done some criminal work. Can you tell me a little about that? What sort of...
Oh, I didn't do much, but I taught criminal law, criminal procedures and courses. I did some, I never did a criminal trial. I did, jury trial. I did, probable cause hearings, other cases. I had some really tough clients. I had one appear that the prosecutor called me years ago. Said that he had a guy who was accused of rape, and the guy wanted a woman lawyer. But I do it as a favor to him.
That's really awesome.
Terrible case. Remember that case where I represented that guy? It was a fascinating case. It was really an interesting case. This guy was accused of raping a 12-year-old who was the daughter of the family he was living in Springfield. He lived on the side of the tracks in Springfield. And the guy was from Green Forest. His family still had a little farm. And he was one of these rootless folks who wasn't going to make a living on the land, and he was kind of around. Ended up in Springdale working in the place over there. Of course, he claimed that he didn't. All this stuff. He took a lie detector test. I had to take a polygraph, which he passed, which forever destroyed my faith in polygraphs. But you know what was sad about it was that the prosecutors had.
So again, folks, I mean, there's the evidence. You hear the cackling, the laughing. She no longer believed in polygraph tests after that because she knew her client was guilty, but she still defended a known rapist. So that's one woman there, directly linked to Hillary Clinton. And the Hillary Clinton tapes, which were released not too long ago. Let's get to more evidence. Maybe you're a millennial, you're just tuning in, you're like, oh, this is conspiracy. And these are facts. Breitbart just did a new exclusive video interview with Bill Clinton accuser Juanita Broaddrick, who according to her was violently raped by Bill Clinton. And her life also pretty much ruined by this event. I mean, again, think about how much courage it takes for these women to make this public. These are only the women that we know about, by the way. There are 16, 17 odd women that have accused Bill of wrongful sexual encounters, sexual attacks, indiscretions, rape. I mean, these are only the women that we know about. I suspect there are hundreds more out there that don't want to go public, that aren't as courageous as women like Kathleen Willey or Juanita Broaddrick. I mean, just think about that for a minute. Juanita Broaddrick relives the brutal rape, and I wanted to play, again, more evidence and more truth of what she has to say. Let's go to that right now.
There's a bed behind you?
Yes.
Okay.
And then as he points over my shoulder, he grabs me and turns me to him. And that was a shock. And I try to push him away. And I only weighed probably 120 pounds at that time. He was a very large man. And I kept telling him, no, this is, I don't want this at all. And I'm sure I must have said, you must have had the wrong idea. And he wouldn't listen. You know, there was no way that he would listen to what I was saying. And he grabbed me again very forcefully and started biting on my top lip. And this was extremely painful. I thought he was going to bite my lip off. It was, and that's when he pushed me back onto the bed.
He bit the top of your lip.
Yes.
Pushed you onto the bed.
Right.
And then what happened?
And then it's been so long and it's just so hard to go into. I need to stop. You know why? Why is it still so painful?
What's going through your mind right now?
That I'm afraid of him.
You're still afraid of him?
Yes. But I'm still afraid, especially if she becomes president. And I know it's looking that way. So it's frightening, Aaron. It's frightening.
He throws you onto the bed.
Right.
And then what did you do?
Again, more hardcore evidence of another vicious, violent attack. Juanita Broaddrick breaking down, having to relive this experience because she just wants to get the word out to America and to the world that this is what happened to her. And Hillary Clinton is not a friend of women. She defends known rapists, whether or not it was a known rapist in the child rape victim case of Kathy Shelton, or it's her husband, who's, again, when he was confronted with this last night, his eyes, just, you saw them turn, man, the glare, and he's got Chelsea, his daughter, sitting there. I'm sorry, Chelsea, but your parents are not good people. They are very, very evil people. Vicious attack. Vicious rape. Breitbart has another clip with the three ladies sitting down, Broderick, Willie, Paula Jones, and this is what they say to Bill Clinton's defenders. These are crimes. And they express the fact that they are terrified of enabler Hillary Clinton. Let's go to a brief clip of that as well.
Hillary Clinton is a fake feminist. No woman who advocates for women attacks the victims of sexual assaults, be it by her husband or anybody else. And that's the reason I'm here, because I want everyone to know that this woman is not an advocate for women. She is a fake feminist.
Absolutely.
I mean, but she's making video after video. It's a huge part of her campaign. What do you say, though, to the millennial voters out there who see this and who believe that Hillary stands for women?
Oh, I think they need to research and to understand that Hillary is not for women. She needs to research what Bill Clinton and she did to all of us.
Absolutely. You know, they called us bimbos, drag $100 bills through a trailer park and you don't know what you're going to come up with. The bimbo eruption. I mean, she hasn't tried to talk to any of us women. Has she ever tried to talk to any of y'all?
No, absolutely.
So folks, I mean, these are just brief clips. You're not even getting half of it, but hardcore evidence of women that most Americans have never even heard of. And that's why I think it's so valuable and so important that we make it known who these women are, who Juanita Broderick is, who Kathy Shelton was as a young teenager who was viciously attacked and Hillary Clinton defended her rapist, who all of these women are and how fearful they are of the Clintons and this crime syndicate family. If you're a millennial out there, you didn't know this before, well, don't blame yourself because the mainstream media is not going to report on it. It's bought and paid for. Hillary Clinton owns the mainstream media because the people that own her own the mainstream media. That's why it's called establishment media. It's rigged. It's total and utter propaganda. You're not going to get any of this truth anywhere else. You know, Donald Trump was shedding light on it last night. That's what was so amazing is we've seen this go full circle. In the nearly 10 years I've been doing this, I've seen it go from, people accusing these facts as like, it's total conspiracy to it's actually in the public eye now. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, Donald Trump, outside of running for president, is doing America just such a service right now, putting this truth out to the public, putting these stories that need to be heard out to the world. I mean, Donald Trump's he's a freedom fighter. He's an activist, even outside of running for president of the United States. I wanted to point out to you guys, I don't think anyone else noticed this last night. Maybe some of you did, but I didn't see any commentary. I tweeted on this, so maybe it's starting to come out because a lot of people follow me on Twitter. If you don't already, please do at AMTV Media. But I tweeted this earlier this morning with plans to talk about it today. Did you know that Hillary, and did you notice that she was wearing a second lapel mic, a white one that blended in with her very ugly, unattractive pantsuit, in addition to the mic she was holding? But Donald Trump wasn't wearing a lapel mic. She had two mics. She had the one that she's speaking into, and then she had one that conveniently most people didn't really see because it was meant to blend in. It was a white lapel mic, which blended in with her white blouse or whatever she was wearing. Again, very ugly, very unattractive. Why was it there? What's the reason for that? Why does she have two mics? Donald Trump only has the one he's holding. Was she cheating? Is she communicating somehow to someone else? I mean, what are they manipulating the way her voice? I mean, what? I'm not saying I have the answer, but did any of you pick up on that? That's a story we'll be investigating. I'll be looking at very close today, and I'm putting it out to the public right now because I need more of you sleuths out there, so to speak, dig into this. just like we're digging into the Podesta emails, round 2, leak 2, where 2,000 plus more emails just hit the wires post the debate. Thank you, Julian Assange. Thank you, WikiLeaks. In fact, WikiLeaks was even mentioned by Donald Trump yesterday as a credible source. You never would have seen that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years ago. Absolutely amazing. Again, folks, we can't do this without you. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. Thank you for your support. Please support all of our sponsors. Take a minute. We're going to take a brief minute. Visit our sponsor, safeandvaultstore.com. I've got a special promo link only exclusively for AMTV subscribers. Get 10% off your purchase of any gun safe in stock with promo code exclusive to you if you're tuning into AMTV right now with AMTV10. That's promo code AMTV10. Get 10% off any gun safe in stock or a free light kit by entering promo code LIGHTME. Again, Hillary Clinton, folks, wants your guns. Barack Obama wants your guns. It's a death by 1,000 cuts. So protect your guns, support us, support our sponsor, safeandvaultstore.com. But click the link below. It's a special direct link and enter this promo if you're considering and you're in the market for a safe and these kinds of things. Let's go to a quick commercial and I'll be right back. Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton want your guns. So protect your guns with the safeandvaultstore.com. That's the safeandvaultstore.com. Click the link below right now. We got a special promo for AMTV customers exclusively. Get 10% off in stock gun safes, and with your purchase, get either 10% off or a free light kit. Enter promo code AMTV10 for 10% off. That's AMTV10, or free kit to get a free lighting kit. Enter promo code LIGHTME. Promo code LIGHTME. Again, that's a safeandvaultstore.com. Special link for AMTV customers exclusively. Click the link below right now. They want your guns, so protect your guns with the Safe and Vault Store. Thanks, folks, and please support our sponsor. Click the link below. Get 10% off a purchase of any gun safe in stock with the link below and entering promo code AMTV10. Now, I get a lot of questions. People are like, Christopher, I don't like commercials. Well, I've got a very simple solution for it. If you don't like commercials, subscribe on demand, $4.95 a month, $49.95 a year. There's no commercials. It's completely unfiltered. It's just 100% content. That's what you're paying for. You're supporting us alternatively and directly. But I also want to mention to you, I would never introduce a sponsor that I didn't believe in, that I haven't personally vetted. Companies like safeandvaultstore.com that support us, that are good people, and are doing great things. So if you don't like commercials and you want to cut that out, subscribe on demand. Very simple to do. Get all of our content completely commercial, ad-free. So Clinton spokesman was taken so off guard last night, actually tweeted at Donald Trump, "Go F yourself." A foreign policy spokesman for Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign had tough words for Donald Trump during Sunday's presidential debate. "Go F yourself," Jesse Lyric wrote on Twitter during the contentious debate, directed at real Donald Trump. Now, Jesse is a longtime Democratic operative. He was responding to an exchange in which Trump said that he would not have sent American troops into Iraq, and that because of that, Army Captain Khan would still be alive, which Donald Trump, by the way, is 100% right about. Hillary Clinton voted for the Iraq War, so Captain Khan would be alive today if it wasn't for Hillary Clinton. But of course, she's been using the Khan family as a con job and as a puppet piece to try to discredit Donald Trump, and then trying to point out that Donald Trump was for the Iraq War when he wasn't. He made some loose, blasé statement on the Howard Stern show before he was even a politician, and Hillary Clinton's like, let's fact check him. It's not fact check, Hillary. It's called fact checking. Total BS and total bullshit. Jesse, because he's so PC, telling Donald Trump to go F himself, then later apologizes and says, I want to apologize for the clearly inappropriate nature and language of this personal tweet. Sorry, all. Sorry, because he's got to be PC. He's got to sanitize himself like Anderson Cooper and all these people. He can't say what he really thinks, nor can Hillary Clinton. I mean, that came out in the first round of the Podesta leak, that Hillary Clinton is two-faced. This was given at one of her speeches to like Goldman Sachs or one of these Wall Street firms she's really cozy with that donate hundreds of millions of dollars to her campaign, super PACs and these kinds of things. Saying things like she has a public persona, things she tells you, which are bold-faced lies, and then the things she really thinks and really does behind the scenes. And we're just digging into the second round of these Podesta emails. Leak number 2, 2,000 plus more emails just dropped. Another bombshell, courtesy of WikiLeaks and Julian Assange. Thank you very much. And more coming. More bombshells coming. And it's so great because the lowbrow gutter trash talk that Hillary Clinton tried to target Donald Trump with before the debate on some loose lewd comments that he made totally backfired on her. Totally backfired on the Democrats and backfired on Hillary Clinton. You know, I mentioned this earlier. Donald Trump challenged Hillary to spend her own money on her campaign, saying, why don't you spend some of the $250 million that you've earned through the Crime Syndicate Foundation? Why don't you use some of that yourself if you really believe in your own campaign? Well, we know she doesn't. Also, you need to understand how vulgar Hillary Clinton is. You know, people will say things like, oh, Donald Trump, how could he have possibly made these lewd comments about a women locker room talk, you know, boys will be boys type of thing. And then, you know, he apologizes for it, which is the right thing to do. And again, I don't condone what he said, but people need to understand how vulgar and profane this woman is. This is from the American Thinker, titled, If You Think Donald Trump's Comments Are Vulgar, Check Out Hillary's Potty Mouth. And I'll bleep this out. I won't say it just because it's really vulgar. Far worse. Makes Donald Trump look like a baby. Just like Donald Trump said, he's heard far worse from Bill Clinton in his year on the golf course. This is what she's said in the past. All factual. Quote, just get that effing dog out of my way. This is how she's speaking to a Secret Service canine handler. Then she goes on, quote, where is the GOD DAMN flag? I want the effing flag up every morning at effing sunrise, Hillary says to staff while she was the Arkansas governor on Labor Day in 1991 from the book Inside the White House. Then she goes on, F off. It's enough I have to see you shit kickers every day. I'm not going to talk to you too. Just do your GDAMN job. Keep your mouth shut. Hillary to her state trooper bodyguards after one of them greeted her with good morning. And God forbid they say good morning to her. That's from America Avita by Christopher Anderson on page 90, the book. If you want to remain, another quote, on this detail, get your effing ass over here and grab those bags. Hillary Clinton speaks to a Secret Service agent who was reluctant to carry her luggage because he wanted to keep his hands free in case there was like some kind of incident or something. He's trying to protect her. From the book, The First Partner, page 25. Another direct quote. Stay the F back. Stay the F back away from me. Don't come within 10 yards of me or else. Just effing do as I say, okay? Hillary screaming at another Secret Service detail member from the book Unlimited Access by Clinton's FBI agent, Gary Aldridge, page 139. Then she goes on with another direct quote. Where's the miserable sea sucker? Referring to her husband, Bill Clinton, the rapist. Hillary shouting at a Secret Service officer from the book The Truth About Hillary by Edward Klein, page 5. Then she goes on another direct quote. You effing idiot! Hillary to a state trooper who was driving her to an event from the book Crossfire. It goes on, it goes on. Probably another one that really stands out. This is in reference to Bill. Come on, Bill. Put your dick up. You can't F her here. Hillary says to then Governor Bill Clinton when she spots him talking with an attractive female. That's from the book Inside the White House by Ronald Kessler, page 243. It just goes on and on and on, and it shows you the type of woman, not politically correct at all, by the way, that she is. I mean, her Secret Service agents and bodyguards can't even say good morning or look her in the eye without her flipping a lid. And she talks about Donald Trump's temperament. What about your temperament, Hillary? You seem like a witch flying off on the handle every 5 minutes or so. Notice how Donald Trump was very composed last night. He was strong. He went on the attack. The gloves were off, but he was composed. Even when he came at her hard saying that she would be in jail and he's going to hire a special prosecutor. You know, I've talked about this incessantly, how you know who the crooked politicians are, especially among the GOP party, those that don't endorse Donald Trump, the people's choice. Again, the people have spoken, And Donald Trump has defeated every single other GOP candidate, people like Jeb Bush and others, another crime family. And their actions speak louder than words. Those that won't endorse him, those that speak against him, like House Speaker Paul Ryan, for example, who says, I won't defend Trump, but hasn't pulled his official endorsement. You see how he works that? He doesn't support or defend Trump, but he's still technically endorsing him for his own political survival. But again, it just shows you who the creeps are, who the crooked politicians are, like Mitt Romney, for example, who lost when he ran for president of the United States and couldn't get the job done. And all the GOP candidates that Donald Trump defeated, those that won't endorse him, even Carly Fiorina, I believe, pulled her endorsement. It just shows you who is crooked. And you know what's funny about it and awesome about it is that they're really looking like idiots right now because Donald Trump is surprising everybody and he's dominating and he's winning and he's doing so well that these people that haven't jumped on board the Trump train are going to be held accountable by Donald Trump if and when he becomes president of the United States. In fact, their political careers might in fact be over. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you do with your endorsement, Paul Ryan. This was from Politico. Speaker Paul Ryan told House Republicans on a conference call Monday morning he is done defending Donald Trump and will focus on keeping an increasingly imperiled House majority, according to sources on the call. Ryan said he won't defend Trump and that he has no plans to campaign with the GOP presidential nominee before Election Day, according to sources on the call. And then he adds, if Hillary Clinton wins the White House, a Republican Congress is needed to act as a check on her. The Speaker, however, did not formally revoke his endorsement of Trump, something that Hillary Clinton's campaign pointed out. Very composed last night. Donald Trump was tough. He attacked when the time was right. Let's go to probably one of the most critical moments of the debate, arguably the most critical moment of the debate, where he takes the gloves off and he says, you know, you'll be in jail. Let's go to that clip.
He never had a chance, and I was so surprised to see him sign on with the devil. But when you talk about apology, I think the one that you should really be apologizing for, and the thing that you should be apologizing for, are the 33,000 emails that you deleted and that you acid washed. And then the 2 boxes of emails and other things last week that were taken from an office and are now missing. And I'll tell you what, I didn't think I'd say this, but I'm going to say it. And I hate to say it. But if I win, I am going to instruct my Attorney General to get a special prosecutor to look into your situation, because there has never been so many lies, so much deception. There has never been anything like it. And we're going to have a special prosecutor. When I speak, I go out and speak. The people of this country are furious. In my opinion, the people that have been long-term workers at the FBI are furious. There has never been anything like this, where emails and you get a subpoena, and after getting the subpoena, you delete 33,000 emails. And then you acid wash them, or bleach them, as you would say, a very expensive process. So we're going to get a special prosecutor, and we're going to look into it, because you know what? People have been, their lives have been destroyed for doing 1/5 of what you've done. And it's a disgrace. And honestly, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Secretary Clinton, I want to follow up on that. I'm going to let you talk about emails.
Because everything he just said is absolutely false, but I'm not surprised.
Really?
In the first debate,
and the audience needs to calm down here.
I told people that it would be impossible to be fact-checking Donald all the time. I'd never get to talk about anything I want to do and how we're going to really make lives better for people. So, once again, go to HillaryClinton.com. We have literally Trump. You can fact check him in real time. Last time at the first debate, we had millions of people fact-checking, so I expect we'll have millions more fact-checking because, you know, it's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
We want to remind the...
Fact checking. Fact. Can you even speak, you freaking witch? No, you can't. Again, there's a reason that fly landed on your face, because it's attracted to a steaming pile of shit. I mean, you say things like you want a no-fly zone in Syria, but you can't even hold a no-fly zone on your face. Let's actually go to that. A lot of people thought that there was a fly on their TV, but no, it was just attracted to the pile of shit that is Hillary Clinton. Can we play that clip real quick? Let's take a look at that. Zzz. So again, folks, it just shows you who Hillary Clinton is. You know, another thing that really stood out last night was how partial to Hillary Clinton the moderators were. Again, Anderson Cooper and the other lady, who I'm not even going to mention by name because nobody even knows who she is, so why even give her any credibility, or constantly intervening, interrupting, defending Hillary, you know, asking questions of Donald Trump that just kept putting him on the defensive, just interrupting the whole time, interjecting. I mean, I thought these guys were supposed to be PC journalists, not partisan to Hillary Witch Clinton. But the truth comes out, and it came out last night just like it came out with the first presidential debate with Lester Holt, as every question he asked Donald Trump was completely rigged to put him on the defensive and put Hillary Clinton on the offensive. Let's go to this clip as well, a total moderator fail. This was composed by the Donald Trump campaign itself. Let's go to that now.
Ambassador Stevens.
The question is that the discipline of a good leader?
Said a lot of things. I mean, I think we should be allowed to maybe
Mr. Trump, we're going to go on. This is about the audience.
Disaster as a senator.
Mr. Trump, we're going to move on.
Oh, please.
You didn't delete him?
Allow her to respond, please.
Personally,
What do you think will happen if Aleppo falls?
I think Aleppo is a disaster, humanitarian
What do you think will happen if it falls?
How stupid is our country?
There are sometimes reasons the military does that. Psychological
I can't
warfare.
think of any. I can't think of any.
It
and I'm
might
pretty good
be to
at it.
help
We
get
have General
civilians
Flynn
out.
Getting a subpoena from the United States Congress.
We have to move on. Secretary Clinton, you can respond, and then we got to move on.
We want to give the audience a chance
you'd be put
here.
in jail, let alone after getting a subpoena from the United States
Secretary
Congress.
Clinton, you can respond.
It's just so funny. There might be a reason they're doing that, Donald. It's psychological warfare. It could be to get civilians out. You know, one thing that Donald Trump just hit the nail on the head with last night was Syria. How it's essentially already fallen, that the whole thing was orchestrated and engineered by Hillary Rodham Clinton as Secretary of the State and the Manchurian candidate president that makes up Barack Obama, that intervened illegally and covertly in places like Libya and has been funding and arming the terrorists according to declassified documentation from the State Department and the U.S. federal government, and running and transferring those guns, which resulted in the deaths of people like Christopher Stevens and several others, and has been arming, funding, and allowing ISIS by creating the vacuum to rise in places like Syria that are now chopping people's heads off and blowing up buildings here in the United States and also parts of Europe through an engineered migrant crisis funded by the likes of George Soros and others that also fund Hillary Clinton's campaign. She even brought up the picture of the Aleppo boy, and again, Gary Johnson doesn't even know what Aleppo is because he's a freaking idiot. And he couldn't even name the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, the other day because he's a friggin' idiot. And I mean, really, that's the best the libertarians have? You look like a joke. You are a joke, Gary Johnson. Why don't you step down now? In your mom jeans. We did a report on that in his fake rant. He's like, I'll tell you what you get at the debates. Again, what Donald Trump hit the nail on the head last night was that it's Hillary Clinton that engineered and started these wars. Voted for wars like the war in Iraq. And now, as a result of all this, 500,000 people, something he didn't mention, are dead in Syria, which has largely fallen because Hillary Clinton wants a no-fly zone. She can't keep a no-fly zone on her face because the flies are attracted to her. But she wants a no-fly zone in Syria. Well, what is that going to give us, Hillary? More war? Is it going to piss off Russia and China even more? Is it going to piss off Putin even more? You bet your ass it is. We're talking world war as a result of your no-fly zone and destabilization effort in Syria. And she wants to escalate it. You know, as she accuses Donald Trump, oh, you know, he's got ties to... No, he doesn't have ties to Russia. And he never said he likes Putin. But at least he's willing to negotiate with him because he's got composure, and he more than likely doesn't want a world war or a nuclear event like you do. We've talked about this incessantly here. Vladimir Putin has prepared up to 40 million people for nuclear fallout from what he dubs schizophrenic America, which is taking out and toppling country after country in the Middle East right now. We've seen this throughout the entire Middle East crisis, by the way. It dates back all the way to George W. Bush and Al-Qaeda, and then being on the same team of covert forces in Afghanistan in these places. Then we flip-flop on them. And then George W. Bush goes and invades Iraq. Post 9/11 had nothing to freaking do with the buildings coming down, according to them. I mean, we just see this cyclical, infinite, perpetual war, which they want for a reason, and what Hillary Clinton is pushing on behalf of her puppet masters that want it as well. That's the intent. No fly zone, huh? Bzzz. You know, I always say that the proof is in the pudding. What a joke the mainstream media is, that there's a reason 95% of Americans don't trust the mainstream. I mean, the statistics are literally that high. It's why CNN is collapsing. You know, Hillary said something along the lines yesterday. She's like, your campaign is exploding. That actually sounds like a good thing. Yeah, it's exploding higher. I think you meant imploding, not exploding. Exploding is good. It's exploding higher. But she says that when I think she meant imploding, just like she said the fact checking, and she couldn't even pronounce that. But the proof is in the pudding, and just more proof to show how vile and biased, controlled the mainstream media is, what a propaganda machine is. CNN actually captured itself rigging the focus group last night that they go to, you know, where they're supposed to get like impartial reactions from the people that watch the debate. And the reporter is literally coaching, I believe it was an African-American lady, telling her what to say before the camera cuts to her. CNN may have accidentally, they say accidentally, but it wasn't, well, they accidentally showed the truth. We know that. Recorded itself coaching a member of its focus group about what to say following Sunday night's presidential debate. A video uploaded to YouTube shortly after the debate shows CNN discussing the debate's events with a focus group of what they say was undecided Ohio voters, even though the Clinton News Network was coaching them on exactly how to respond, only to have a live microphone, a hot mic, reveal more than intended. Now we're going to go to this clip, and you got to listen really closely because she's whispering. Maybe we'll even kind of play it 1 or 2 times or something like that. But she basically is kind of whispering, telling and coaching what she wants this lady to say. It's absolutely unbelievable, and it's a total freaking rig job. Let's go to that. Listen closely. Okay, so we're going to have to play that clip, and we'll re-air that separately. We don't have an inventory at the moment, but you, in fact, Google it right now. If you're tuned in, just go to the Google YouTube search bar. Search CNN Focus Group Trump Today. CNN Focus Group Trump Today. There's several videos on it. You've got to listen really closely. And I'll put this in post-production for you later as we put these clips out worldwide. But you can hear this reporter, who's supposed to be impartial, coaching this group on how to respond, courtesy of CNN, the Clinton News Network. Also, Mark Dice did a nice piece on this, too. I thought he explained it rather well. So you could also search Mark Dice, another friend of alternative media. I'd like to have him on the show sometime soon. Again, just search in your search bar, CNN Focus Group Trump Today. I also want to welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I see we've got a ton of people in the chat box below. If you'd like to ask a question in real time, just don't ask me something stupid, ask me something good. Don't waste my time. I'll respond to it live. How cool is that? Welcome everybody here. I see Michael Washington. He says, oh my God, I hear it. So he must have looked it up right now. Freddie says it might be to help get civilians of what, and then it goes on and on. Freddie says, what a moron. George, to know about you, but I was deplorable before Hillary made it cool. I mean, notice how Hillary, she does. She totally makes all of us look cooler than we are. You know, oh, those are deplorables. All of them are racist. Yeah, half the country doesn't agree with you, you freaking witch. So it's like cool to be a deplorable. It's cool when they ban our content on YouTube and try to shut us down. It's cool. It's like they're burning books on truth or something. Like the more they fight us, the more it helps us. The more popular it becomes. The more it just works against what their intention actually is. These people are freaking morons. I agree with you, Adam. Art Book Meyer says, wow, look at Bill Clinton's face. He's probably looking at that picture of the eyes when he was, he sees the women of the accused. And thank you, somebody dropped a link to that video so you guys could actually grab that. Adam says, hi. What's up, Adam? How you doing? Great to have you here. Driver says, me too, great guy. Horse Gun says, hey, bro, can I get a shout out? Well, I just did. Horse Gun, you just got a shout out. Thank you, brother. Thank you for your support and tuning in. Kid Inc. says that video is crazy, referring to the CNN video where they're coaching that supposed to be impartial person. He says, yeah, you can hear it. Ha, ha, ha. Mr. Tommy Boy 9 says, how many days till Hillary goes to jail? Tag says, what's up, bro? Do you even lift? Yes, I lift, Tag. And I'm working on it, brother. Richard says, was that the same fly that was around Barry O? I suppose, yeah, probably. It's probably the same one. Steven says, Chris, what do you think of a Russian no-fly zone that went public today? I think World War. Yeah, that's what we're going to get. It's that freaking bad. That bad. Very, very dangerous. Mr. Cruz says, Hillary is cancer. President Trump will lock her up. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. Really appreciate it. In closing today, and again, load up your questions too. I might go back to those in a moment if you guys ask me something good and my producer relays that to me. But in closing today, and again, we'll be posting all of this completely commercial, ad-free, on-demand. Click the link below. Start your free trial. It's the price of a cup of coffee, $4.95 a month, $49.95 a year. Get all of our content not posted on YouTube, a ton of videos, a complete archive, complete AMTV warehouse of truth for the price of a cup of coffee. 14-day free trial. If you don't like it, heck, don't stick around, but you will. You're going to freaking love it. And again, they want to ban the truth on Uscrew and FaceCrook. All of these too big to fail tech monopolies run by people like Mark Zuckerberg, who likes to build walls of his own, but criticizes the wall Trump is going to build. There was a takeaway, and I didn't talk about this last night because the time wasn't really to talk about it during the debate, but I think an honest takeaway of the debate is just how it says where we are in America today. How vitriolic, hateful, and disgusting the political system has actually become in America. I mean, the first 30 minutes of the debate was about vaginas, which I actually predicted that it would be, because that's how vile, vitriolic, and divided America is. That it's taken someone, a maverick like Donald Trump, to penetrate the broken system and get these stories out to the public and actually expose how crooked and criminal these people actually are. But it also kind of lives a distaste in all of our mouths. I'm being honest here, and a distaste in my mouth. Again, it shows how divided we are, but it shows how disgraceful America has become. A gutter. I used the term gutter trash yesterday. Hillary Clinton sinking so low that she had her entire team of political operatives go through thousands of archives over the last few months, something they had been sitting on until the precise moment before the debate last night, to leak what Donald Trump had said in private. It reminds me of the case with, Donald Sterling, the owner of the Clippers, who again was recorded by a whore, pretty much, a private conversation, and then he was forced to sell his basketball team because, God forbid, the guy say something that I don't necessarily agree with, but politically incorrect in the privacy of his own home, picked up on a hot mic, which that should be a crime, by the way. But it kind of almost harkens back to that story, but it just shows you what a reality TV show, this political theater, in this political system has become, and it's just so rotten. And it's why we need real change. And we need somebody like Donald Trump, who I've never viewed as a perfect person or anything like that, but we need a maverick to help change things, to swing the pendulum back so that there is some darn morality here in the country, that we do make America great again, and that candidates can talk about real issues and America's real problems versus just having vagina conversation for a freaking half hour. It's disgusting. And honestly, who's been winning in recent years? Well, let me phrase it this way. Who's not winning, I actually agree with Megan Smelly, is America. America has lost. The people of America have lost. The middle class has lost. The Wall Street banksters are winning. The political insiders, people like Crooked Hillary and her crime family and the Bushes, are winning, but you're losing. And what do we get? We get a political soap opera last night. That's what America has become, a freaking shit show. It is disgraceful. It's distasteful. And it's rotten. And it's a gutter pit. And it's what America has become. And that, to me, folks, is very, very sad. And that is my honest-to-God opinion. You know, Trump had to do what he did last night because he's defending himself, and he did the right thing in exposing Hillary Clinton. Now I think he should really start moving, to the real issues. You maintain that poise, be the president, assume that role right now, assume it at the third debate. And let's move away, although it's very difficult to do when the mainstream media keeps rigging it this way, turning it into political soap opera. Because Hillary Clinton thinks it's going to work against Donald Trump, but actually it's backfired on her. So I think it is fair commentary. There was an article from CBS New York put out by someone named Schieffer Bob, who says he was not a fan of Sunday night's presidential debate. It was just disgraceful. And it's kind of a hit piece on Trump. I don't agree with that take on it, but I do agree that it is disgraceful, what we're witnessing. That it is a soap opera, it is political theater, and there is really no unity. It's the most divisive, vitriolic situation that I have ever seen, ever. I've never seen it this bad, and it's really sad. I mean, do you want your kids tuning into this? Not me, to be honest. Hateful. Disgusting. Vile. And in that respect, I think it presents a perfect opportunity for Donald Trump now to move on because he's done his job. He came with that punch. He did attack. He defended himself. He kept his poise, all these things. Now assume the role of President of the United States. Done. Assume that role. Maintain that composure, that poise. Now move to the real issues. Speak substantively on all these things. Lay out the details of your game plan within reason. Don't give your game plan on fighting terrorism and those kinds of things because, of course, Washington is idiotic in that way where they'll telegraph when they're going to bomb a country or something like that. Some of it's psychological warfare, but not really. And make your case to the American public. Assume the role of President of the United States. I want to thank all of you for tuning in today, and thank you so much for supporting us, our sponsors. I want to do a brief shout out to PointZeroEnergy.com. Click the special link below. In fact, we had David Willis on our program a couple of days ago where we talked about the effects, aftermath of Hurricane Matthew and, what it means to be truly prepared. It's an educational video. Check it out. Click the link below right now. Go to their website. I mean, what would you do in the event of a Hillary Clinton no-fly zone and a dirty bomb, God forbid, goes off in some part of the Middle East or maybe, God forbid, here in the United States of America, and there's a lack of electricity for several days? Are you prepared for that? Can you keep your household appliances running? Basic living essentials during, let's say, a 1-week power outage or more? Again, educate yourself. I ask the question all the time, And I've been putting it out there for years. Are you prepared? And you can always be more and more prepared. Support us, support our sponsors, support Point Zero Energy. Click their link below right now. Learn more about all their solar power backup systems. They're fantastic. These people are great Americans. They support us. They support the truth. Support them. I'm Christopher Green. You've been watching AMTV, alternative media television, hard-hitting and in your face. We'll be getting all of this out and more worldwide. Stay tuned. Peace.